From the home of the Bills since way back in 1973, there's a look at Highmark Stadium just outside of Buffalo, New York. In the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Into the air right away is Allen. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
And they want to get him going early in this one because, remember, he struggled throwing the football last week, and he's firing away to start this one. But that one was incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Five wide. That's it.
Allen now looks to throw. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And he'll fight forward on the straight ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. You look at this Buffalo defense. They're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's 3rd and 10. Flowers going to go in motion right. Here's Jackson to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. The Bills are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right? Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Now Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. You look at this Baltimore defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
R52. Half 10. Look out.
To the air, Allen. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Jake Camarda now. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Here's 2nd and 3. Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Jackson now. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Andrews' first catch, good for a 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
And Jackson throwing once more. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Well, there wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And, partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have a size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you, and you use your body to create some space.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready?
Henry up the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, and said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again. Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another 1st down.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
We're scoreless after 1. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. And the Ravens are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. Quick strikeout wide by Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
I know a lot of coaches like to break their season into quarters. And how about the first 4 games for this guy? 3 touchdowns scored, really making his mark in the red zone here in the first month of the season.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Middle.
To throw, it's Allen. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd and 11.
Alert! 56. That's it.
Looking to throw. Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
That's good for the Buffalo Bills. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Allen going to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Alert! What's that?
Here's Allen to throw it. Flushed out right. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Half. Go.
Here's Allen. Dancing to his left. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Sub. Half 85. Hey, tight. What's that?
Now this time, Allen will throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Maurice Hurst able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The kick by Bass is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Well, there's your first ROI, right? Return on investment of their first-round pick. His first NFL sack, I know they want him to be an impact player right out of the gate.
A lot of pressure to put on a young man, but I think you agree he has the ability to deliver on it.
And he just did. Probably the first of many sacks in a long career.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now it's Jackson. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. James Cook, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10. And the tight end goes in motion left. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Throwing is Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Again, Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Second and 10. To throw is Jackson. And this is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. And give him a gain of 37.
He scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
To throw again is Jackson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
With how the coverage was positioned, up was about the only spot the quarterback had to try and deliver that pass. Just put a little too much height on it. Incomplete.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Now receiver in motion left. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. A final shot before half for Allen. Steps away to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
From the gun, Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now...
Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Ojabo. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Bills are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, at the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he finds his running back open downfield. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 36. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36.
Half. Middle. Look out.
Allen. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Keon Coleman, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bills have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he'll get this down to the 40.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And this is going to be incomplete.
I know that we've seen their share of struggles, and the quarterback's been hit a few times in this game, but this one can't be put on the offensive line. They gave him plenty of time to throw the football. I think ultimately he has to be a lot more decisive in his decision-making and get rid of it and find an open target.
And Jackson throwing once more. A short throw caught by Andrews. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Hey, hold. All 52. Go.
Now Allen. Flush to his right. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. This pass caught by Hamler. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. K.J. Hamler, 94 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Now 2nd and 3. Now Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Jackson now. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Report! Yo. Sit up.
Now it's Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Jackson will throw again. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
56. What's that?
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Now he fires deep for Shakir. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 48 yards.
But Josh Allen just might have the strongest arm in the NFL. And at 6'5", he can put his whole body into it too. And this, an absolutely gorgeous throw. Perfect arc, and it results in a big pickup.
Half 85. Hey, tight. What's that?
To throw, it's Allen. Complete on the comeback route, that's Shakir. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Cook following the penalty. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. From the 10-yard line, here's 2nd and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter. Here's Allen to throw it. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I think we've hit that point in the game now where any score you get could be the one that actually wins it. So above all, you want to avoid a turnover that leaves you coming away with nothing.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide. Regular. Hey, home. Look out.
Allen now looks to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And Andrews going to have a Ravens 1st down as the tackle made at the 31-yard line.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Throwing is Jackson. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
Now 2nd down and a few inches.
muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Here's first and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up first and 10 here.
All 52.
Here's Allen. He's going to let it fly. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Chidobe with a pick. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the 4th quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the 4th quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right, that reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points. Defense held them. And lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for Baltimore, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.